I turned it on. I did. Hi. Oh, yes, you can see it, right. So I'm going to do a painting of that jug and that box, which kind of reminds me a little bit of this paper. So I thought that's a bit of a quick, cheat move I can use, because I've got just 20 minutes now. I'm going to pick up Erin from Sainsbury's, where she's working at the moment. Now, I had wanted to get a bright pink backdrop, but I'm just going to need to work with what I have right now and possibly either invent, which I don't really like to do so significant inventions as that, but we'll see, or tomorrow. But I know I've got a pink kind of pillowcase or something upstairs that I could maybe use to put behind it instead of the blue. And I've just tried to limber up a little bit because there's something up at my hip. I suppose this is what happens at 50, isn't it? You start to kind of break down a wee bit. Because I feel like I need to qualify myself. All these kind of all this talk about my health, my physical body. And I suppose the thing is, like, it's winter time and it's cold, and I've still been kind of working fairly vigorously, still dancing about the place and throwing shapes, like, so I suppose it's only to be expected, isn't it, that I'm not in full. Yeah, I need to warm up before I start doing any sort of vigorous activity, I guess. You could say this is kind of warming up the body a bit, this caper. Right, so I'm just going to lob that on for the biscuit tin. There's still some nice ginger biscuits in there, actually. Right, pull that over. And our Christmas tree needs to come down now, I suppose, doesn't it? It always kind of surprises me that suddenly everyone's got their Christmas tree down and ours is still glistening away there in the living room. I don't know what that's about. I seem to get a fright every year and think, God, I forgot about the tree. It becomes a bit of the furniture almost, and I quite like it, having that glowing thing in the corner. Right, so you might be hearing a bit of carry on here, and what it is me shuggling about so that I don't become stiff. I just asked my friend Alan there, but he teaches yoga, if you give me some advice, but it's not so good as it to be asking friends advice online when they can't even see what the issue is. But yeah, there we are. So I've done a little bit of yoga, and hope for the best. I mean, it's nothing crippling. Honestly, these videos now are starting to be just one long complaint about my physical issues, whatever little thing is happening to me at the time. And these are little things, like, sorry, I feel like I'm having a conversation without actually looking at, I'm kind of saying, and these are, I'm pointing to stuff. Okay, so, and then all you're seeing is this blank thing and nothing happening. Right, that now is going to be the jug. It's got glue on the other side. So I think that'll work. Yeah, just leave it there. You're teetering on the edge of the worktop. All right, so I'm going to put that there. That'll be the jug for now. And then the lilies themselves, then how could I explain those? I'm holding the thing, and it's a bit like as I used to do with the children, kind of, what do you think I could use to describe this? And I'd have the thing that they could use, like, directly beside me. Sorry for treating you like, well, maybe it's a compliment to be treated like children. Everything is sticking to me now, of course. All right, so I'm going to just squirt some of that onto the rag, which was a tea cloth an hour ago. And I'm going to spread out something for the shape of the lilies. Now, that's quite a bit brighter than the actual lilies are in real life. But so what? I'm sure at one point they were that bright. I got them for 80 pence about a week ago, and like there's a fairly strong chance that they're going to start falling off there. Yeah, and I need to remember too, I'm picking Erin up shortly. My goodness. Okay, so this is definitely not going to be longer than 20 minutes. Okay. So the next step now might be, well, didn't I use a different brush earlier? Let me see. I think this is clean enough, right? I'm just going to make a bit more of the jug there by using the bottom of the ink. It's almost like thick acrylic paint actually in there. And with my eyes half closed, I'm just going to identify roughly the size and position of the handle of the jug there. And then above it will be really dark green. Here we've got some ultramarine blue and some lemon yellow from the sunflowers earlier. And I think for now that might work just to describe the shadows in between the dark bits. I mean, just putting a bit of brown in there as well to make it darker again, because I left the turquoise on the brush, and so that's still having an effect. So there's the shadows. With my eyes half closed, I want to get the feeling of the curve in the inside of the jug there, just to give a feeling of it being three-dimensional. And still eyes half closed, I'm just finding the rough position for the greenery. Maybe a bit more lemon yellow will let it read as the colour of those leaves that are standing out a little bit more into the light. Well, let me just just do what I think, do what feels right for now. Okay. All right. Oh. I'm still feeling a bit stiff there. With my eyes half closed again, I thought it'd be worth putting a bit more there. I don't know why. All right, that's it. Now, what's on there? Nothing. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think actually I'm going to just bring a bit of shadow into the area of the lilies themselves. Let there be a bit of tone in the orange there. Spread out that slightly duller orange colour. But it's really just spreading out the green leaves. That's all I'm doing, is spreading out the green into the orange. So that's that. Probably do it a bit more blue. Look at the ultramarine blue ink here. What's this like? Shake it up and see. Because it'll save me going into the other room to get the blue ultramarine, the ultramarine blue paint. Oh, for goodness sake! Because the brush is too big to dip into. The other brush is too big. Alright, so we've got ultramarine blue there. Why am I doing that? I was going to do it there, wasn't I? Yes, to make the handle, which it reads to be as being a little bit greener. No, a little bit darker. Gosh. Don't know what I'm up to really. Let's bring a bit of life into it. So you don't want it all to be ink either, because I think the ink will take significantly longer to dry than acrylic paint does. And so I'm not going to do it all in the thick runny ink. Just spread out the blue a little bit. Oh, look at that. I forgot sure half of it is collage underneath. Kind of nice though to be able to lift it off actually. And I can do something else with that bit. Alright, now the thing is, oh, see this hip? Honestly, oh, dearie me. I think what I need is a salt bath. That's what I might do. I might go a little bit, no I won't. I was going to say I'd go a bit early to Sainsbury's, but that's not realistic, is it? If I was to go early to Sainsbury's, I could pick up some salt and have an Epsom salt bath for my poor, aching, old, it's not that old, for my body. Right, let's see now. I'm using chalk here just to identify the outline and create a little bit more clarity for the shape of that jug. I love that jug. And I could create the circular table with that colour as well, just to bring it down over that a bit, to make it feel a bit more circular. And what about the other side then? I kind of like that sweep, but maybe I could identify the lip of the jug there. A bit of clear white maybe will emphasize it more, and I think it feels a bit brighter on that side. So I'm using white rather than blue there. And a bit of white coming in here too. Oh, that's all cracking. Remember, chalks, you're about dust, and it's dust you will return. Oh, for goodness sake. Disappearing away to nothing. Just press in the last of it there. Okay. Yeah, that's jug-like. And now there's a nice redness to that tabletop biscuit tin that I want to capture too. And it might come up a bit higher than I've got it actually. Biscuit tin comes up a bit higher there. And of course it'll go up higher too on the other side, which mightn't work now over the chalk, will it? Seems to be. For now, touch wood. Of course I could always just use some chalk over on this side instead of the red ink. But I like using the stick dipped in ink. I could use it for this too. But maybe a different colour is called for. This is fluorescent now, but it might be just the thing. Oh, jeepers. There we are. It's on its way. But those colours together are great, aren't they? The orange and the turquoisey blue. I think really if I don't get this finished now before, not to be putting myself under pressure or anything, but I'd imagine that after Sainsbury's, well sure, I suppose I could still finish it. I was going to say that these petals might not stay. They might not stay intact. They might be. They might have disappeared, fallen off. I'm just going to put out some of the other orange ink and see if I can get that to work here. I'm sure I tried this before. Oh, there it is working. I was going to say I'm sure I tried this before and it didn't work with the stick. The other high flow acrylic. But it's kind of working, I think. Just feels like a better colour than the fluorescent ink for now. And then this bit. Oh, come on. I kind of want to find the briefest and most effective way of capturing the feel of this setup and the colours that I've got here. And I think oftentimes if we can do something swiftly, that it can be quite an effective way of describing the thing, and there's nothing too laboured about it. Okay. So if you sense any impatience, that's kind of where it's coming from. And it's also coming from the fact that that ink isn't dark enough for what I want it to do. Maybe try this one. Yeah, okay, so that's the petal that's overlapping there. And come on. It's just this indignant kind of lack of flow in the materials. Maybe I'm being urged to try something different. I think I'll just swipe that there and let it become maybe the shadows in the flower again. Alright, and there's a couple of things. I think one of the things I could do would be to maybe use a bit of collage, possibly, to describe some of that green. That's just a tiny bit, really. That's that bright green. It's highlighting the edge of the leaf. That's gone up there. There's another tiny bit, I think. Don't usually like to use scissors for collage, but if I want to get just a real sliver where the light hits the edge of the leaf, then I can, I think, do it better with scissors. Alright, what else now? I was thinking of something else there. What was I thinking of? Maybe I'll use oil pastel for some of that green. The oil pastels here. And this is actually blue, fairly dark blue, that might describe where the lily meets the jug. Is that what I mean? Where the lily meets the leaf, that's what I meant. White now would do the bits in between. There's some kind of exciting bits of wall coming through in between the stem and the leaf there. And really it's describing the stem that's curled there. Yeah, and it's explaining the spaces in between. I say white, I hope I'm right now to be using the white here, rather than blue, which is really the colour of the wall. There's white down here and blue up here. Just carry on with the white for now and see how that works out. It's almost finished. That's another thing I need to order, is a white oil pastel. Because I love having something that'll really clarify an edge for me, and the white oil pastel often is the thing that'll do that. And it's a particular oil pastel from Caran d'Ache that I like, Neopastel oil pastel from Caran d'Ache. That's the one that, I think that's what's here under my thumb, the final little bit of it. And it's the one that really clearly obliterates whatever's underneath. Now dark green to re-establish the stem that I've just obliterated. And it's kind of a nice green actually. I like it on the white. Do another little bit of beside the white there. And let me check the time, because this is nearly 20 minutes, you see. I can't see what time it is. Just look at my phone. I've got about another 2 minutes. Okay, so in 2 minutes, what could I do? I'm going to maybe come back and do a step 2 to this. That's what I could do in 2 minutes, is say that to you. But I'll still carry on as though in that 2 minutes I have to finish it. No harm having a sense of urgency about things occasionally, when it's not life or death, like. yeah, it's time to go. End of story. So that's what's happening it so far. I'm kind of having fun with it. And, oh, you're about to fall off there. Okay, I'll see you when I get back from Sainsbury's. I'll shakily carry it on again. All right, all the best. Bye.